Good afternoon. It is 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. We will call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. First item of business is the consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
Motion to approve it.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 2 is a public hearing on the reassessment of the unpaid Lakeside Village 2005 special assessments.
Thank you, Madam President, City Councilors. So, these are the final remaining lots in Lakeside Village Edition that are that went into forfeiture and then have then sold to a private developer and looking to reassess the unpaid balance of the improvements for those lots that included the grading, stormwater quality pond, and aggregate base. So these are the lots as depicted in the exhibit that are adjacent to the CP rail line on Lake Avenue. So it'd be lots 2 through 10 in Block 6. With previous action, the City Council has held these public hearings to reassess the remaining balance on those lots. It'd be my recommendation today that we open the public hearing for comments and adopt the reassessment of that unpaid balance for those lots. And that's over a 10-year period at 5.5% simple interest.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Stodheim. At this time, we will open the public hearing. If you'd like to be heard, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Being I really didn't see anybody in the audience for the public hearing, I'm going to offer the resolution closing the public hearing and adopting the final assessment rules for the Lakeside Village Edition 2005 improvements payable over a 10-year period along with a 5.5 simple interest charge on the unpaid balance.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item 3.1 is a bingo and raffles gambling permit for Cathedral of the Holy Trinity.
I'll make a motion to approve the issuance of a lawful gambling permit for Cathedral of the Holy Trinity to conduct bingo and raffles gambling at Cathedral of the Holy Trinity at 605 North State Street on Friday, November 14th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 3.2 is a lawful gambling premises permit for Essig Baseball Club.
The resolution to approve an issuance of a premise permit application to conduct pull tabs gambling for Essig Baseball Club at 209 Pub and Grill Incorporated, 209 North Minnesota Street, New Ulm, Minnesota.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack? Yes. President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item 3.3 is a Sweet Haven Tonics liquor license extension.
I'll go ahead and do this one too. I'll offer the resolution to authorize the extension of Sweet Haven Tonics liquor license into Minnesota Street for the following events to allow alcohol to be consumed or served subject to conditions. Saturday, June 14th from 3:30 to 8 p.m. for a car and bike roll-in, 3rd North Street to 1st South Street. Saturday, July 12th, 3:30 to 8 p.m., 3:38 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a car and bike roll-in, 3rd North Street to 1st South Street. Saturday, July 26th, 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Crazy Days, 3rd North Street to Center Street, and 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. on 1st North Street from Minnesota Street to the Alley. Friday, August 1st from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. and Saturday, August 2nd at 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. for Spikin' in the Street Volleyball Tournament, 2nd North Street to Center Street and 1st North Street from Minnesota Street to the Alley. Saturday, August 16th at 3:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the car and bike roll-in, 3rd North Street to 1st South Street, and Saturday, September 13th, 3:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the car and bike roll-in, 3rd North Street to 1st South Street again.
On a short second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I just did have a question if we are going to be getting these for all of the others that are looking for the extensions into Minnesota Street.
Yes, anyone that wants to participate, we're making them do all the events on one to make it easier per restaurant or bar and or restaurant.
Thank you. And then my next question is, did the city kind of set the times, or is that just kind of based on the times that the chamber has the events? I just noticed there's a lot of different time endings.
Yeah, this is based on the event itself. We did not set these times.
Perfect, thank you so much. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz? Yes. Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item 3.4 is an annual on-sale 3.2 malt liquor license for the pinball place.
President and councilors, I would like to approve the issuance, make a motion to approve the issuance of an annual on-sale 3.2 malt liquor license to the Pinball Place Events, 827 North Broadway, New Ulm, Minnesota, for the period beginning June 1st, 2025, and ending June 30, 2025, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements.
Second.
And then I have one question on it. You only want the 30-day, Mr. Warwick?
No, 30 days is the I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or was the
I'm just
second
reading
date
June 1st
supposed
to June 30th.
It's supposed to be
Because they all renew
2026.
July 1st.
All renewed
So
July
he'll have
1st.
to redo his annual for
Understood.
July 1st, yeah.
So he's part of the liquor license renewal on the next item.
Gotcha, thank you.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So it's like a double.
That is
You did.
correct.
Just to
Okay.
finish out this year and then start the new year on July 1st.
Gotcha. Yeah, they answered my question, Mr. Warwick, it's fine. The renewal.
Thank you.
I believe there's one condition that they put on this one too as well. I think John Nisley had spoke with you about, I just wanted to make sure you saw that that condition was there.
Yes, we do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Thank you. Now, item 3.5, liquor license renewals for 2025 and 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the issuance of the following annual liquor license and permits for the period beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements. On-sale intoxicating liquor license, Sunday liquor license, off-sale intoxicating liquor license, on-sale wine license, intoxicating malt liquor permit, brewer's taproom license, brewer off-sale malt liquor license for growlers, on-sale micro distiller cocktail room license, micro distillery off-sale license, on-sale 3.2% malt liquor license, and off-sale 3.2% malt liquor license.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 4.1 is a summary of business conducted during board and council meetings.
All right, I attended the Park and Rec meeting. One of the events that was given to the board members was the master plan has now started. April 15th, the park director and some of the staff members met with the consultant, so that ball is rolling. The board was given a time frame, series of events that'll happen. And later on in the agenda, junior baseball, Herman Fest, and looking to accept the donations will be further down the agenda. Also attended the EDA. Again, I'll defer to President Betker and the mayor so they can give a report on it.
Thank you.
By invitation of Chief Borkert, I attended the Brown Lion Redville Redwood County Drug Task Force meeting that was held in Morton this last month. Chris and quite a few other city representatives were there. It was absolutely eye-opening to see what things kind of go on in our counties and the people that are helping to solve these problems. It was very nice for me to see. It was great to see where some of the funds that we allocate go to, and the work that they actually do is going to the better of our counties. So it was very nice to be invited, and I was glad to be there. So.
Thank you. Tom?
Yes, Heritage Preservation Commission, we met yesterday and approved an awning for Gray's, the food co-op here downtown. And then we further discussed and continue planning for hosting the state convention in September. And Cable Communications Advisory has not met.
Thank you. Okay, Mayor?
I attended the Human Rights Commission meeting, and they are approved a schedule for a very busy summer. And included in that schedule is something that was new last year, and that was the Welcome Week event that was held in the city parking lot. You're going to be addressing that later on your agenda. And it's good to see that coming back. It's an effort to invite people to come to this event, an inclusive event, and to make those in attendance aware of the services that are available in our community for them. So that was a very good meeting. They have a large commission, but it's good that they have that because it's one of the few commissions where the members actually have to implement those things that they decide they're going to do. We also had a ribbon cutting for Tripperific, which is a new travel agency in New Ulm. A Tripperific, I love that title. And then I had a meeting with the director of Oak Hills to get an update on their construction project.
Thank you. Any EDA updates, or do you want me to?
I'll defer to you.
Yes, it was a brief EDA meeting, but we are working on getting the budget together, and then we are working towards some strategic planning for the EDA as well. There's a lot of changes taking place, and we just want to be responsible as we kind of prepare for some of the changes with some of the sales and the development. So more to come on that. Great. Thank you. Under new business, old business, 5.1 is an airport master service agreement with Mead and Hunt. Mr. Stodheim.
All right, thank you, Madam President, City Councilors. As previously authorized and recommended by the Airport Commission, we solicited and received the proposals or requests or qualifications, for services at the New Ulm Municipal Airport for planning and engineering services. Mead and Hunt was selected for this work, and we have since then entered into an agreement, or drafted an agreement with Mead and Hunt and asking for your approval to execute that agreement today. The agreement has been reviewed and revised with the city attorney and staff from Mead and Hunt as well. So the agreement before you today is agreeable to all parties, and we are looking to execute that agreement, and that would be a 5-year agreement with Mead and Hunt.
Thank you, Mr. Stodheim.
President and councilors, I'd like to make a motion to approve the master service agreement with Mead and Hunt Incorporated and authorize the city manager and finance director to execute the agreement.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Under new business, item 6.1 is Sweet Haven Tonics temporary outdoor patio application.
I'll offer a motion to approve the temporary outdoor patio application for Sweet Haven Tonics, 116 North Minnesota Street, for the use of public right-of-way for the installation of temporary outdoor patio from May 21st, 2025 to November 1st, 2025, and offer the resolution to extend their liquor license into the temporary outdoor patio area as defined in the diagram with conditions outlined in the application.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion?
President and councilors, I would just like to make mention that I greatly appreciate these downtown parklets. I think they provide a wonderful opportunity for socializing outdoors, and would not mind seeing more of those type of amenities downtown.
I concur. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 6.2 is CVB financials for the quarter ending March 31st, 2025.
Motion to receive and order file the report from Sarah Warmka, President and CEO, New Ulm Chamber of Commerce regarding the Convention and Visitors Bureau financial report for the quarter ending March 31st, 2025.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? I just want to say I read through that, and it was just great to see a lot of the things that they highlight in some of the big events that have been coming to New Ulm as a result. So I just wanted to make a note of that. Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item.
Can we go back to item 6.1? We do have to call a resolution.
Oh, that is a resolution. I'm
for
sorry. I was
extension of the liquor
looking and I
license.
didn't. Yes, okay. Returning to 6.1, I will ask for a motion for a resolution.
So move.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian.
Yes.
Counselor Warmka.
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz.
Yes.
Counselor Mack.
Yes.
President Becker.
Yes, that motion carries. Thank you very much. Item 6.3, task order number 2025-01 for airport engineering services.
All right, thank you, Madam President, City Councilors. We're going to put that master service agreement to work right away here at the airport. This task order is for the design services to deliver project plan specification and a bid package for the Crosswind 927 project at the New Ulm Municipal Airport. As a quick reminder, this project has been awarded congressionally directed spending funding grant funds in the amount of $2.5 million to fund the construction of this project. So before you today is that agreement or that task order, and the scope of work includes contract administration, preliminary and final design, and then project bid administration. As an item of note, the cost for this services exceeded the FAA threshold of $100,000, so it called for an independent fee evaluation review for this work. And we contracted with Kirkham Michael to perform that IFE, and it was found that the Mead and Hunt proposed fee for this task order was within the 10% threshold as required by the FAA. As a reminder, 95% of this project design will be reimbursed with the CDS funding, 2.5% by state funds, and that leaves our local share at 2.5%, or about $4,500 roughly. I would ask that you would, in the motion, allow staff to make minor changes to the scope of work. We had discussions with the FAA today about the scope of work included within the agreement, and there are some very minor changes that we need to make to be on the same page as the FAA. So if you could, if you're willing to add that to your motion, that would allow us to make those minor changes and not need to bring this back for approval. Those changes do not affect the fee that's anticipated for the engineering services.
Thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Stadheim.
President and councilors, I think maintaining and improving our airport is of critical importance. A huge part of our infrastructure, and relocating that runway, it was part of the master plan and very necessary and very important. So I will make the motion to approve task order number 2025-01, Crosswind Runway 09/27 design, adding the task to the Mead and Hunt Incorporated Professional Services contract in the amount of $181,120 contingent on the city receiving the Federal Aviation Administration grant for the engineering services, and the ability for staff to make minor changes with this agreement.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item 6.4, schedule a joint city council public utilities commission information meeting.
Councilors, this is the annual meeting. It's just to basically let you know that that will be scheduled on June 17th, the hour before the council meeting, so at 3:30 in the council chambers here.
Okay. I'll offer motion to schedule a joint city council public utilities commission information meeting at 3:30 p.m. Tuesday, June 17th, 2025 in the City Hall Council Chambers to discuss the audit financial statements for the year ending December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item 6.5, North Park Scoreboards Advertising Agreement. Mr. Schugel.
Council President Betker, City Council. This is a proposed advertising agreement between the City of New Ulm and New Ulm Junior Baseball Association. This agreement is similar to those that the city has with News Hockey and New Ulm Baseball Association. But each of our agreements do have uniqueness to them based on the facility and the type of advertising requested. So this request is for the North Park scoreboards only. And there's 3 scoreboards on 3 fields, fields 1, 2, and 3. The proposed agreement would allow New Ulm Junior Baseball to retain 90% of sponsorship dollars and the city to retain 10%. The reasons those percentages were chosen is New Ulm Junior Baseball has offered to fund 3 new scoreboards out at North Park in the amount of $21,762, 15 of that through a grant, and then rest through the New Ulm Junior Baseball Association. All 3 of those scoreboards are at the end, getting to the end of their life, out there for 20-plus years, so they would be scheduled for replacement in the next couple years. This proposed agreement would be a 3-year agreement, starting on January 1st of '26 and sunsetting on December 31st of 2028, and that agreement is in your packet. Any questions?
And again, Park and Rec Commission approved it unanimously, so I'm going to motion to approve the proposed North Park scoreboards advertising agreement between the City of New Ulm and the New Ulm Junior Baseball Association effective January 1, 2026 for a term of 3 years expiring December 31st, 2028.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 6.6 is in regard to Herman Fest 2025 requests.
Thank you, Council President Betker, City Council. This is a request from the Herman Monument Society for Herman Fest 2025. That'll take place on Saturday, September 6th. In this request, they're asking the city authorize closure of Center Street between Garden and Highland Avenue from approximately 8:15 to 9 p.m. Additionally, allow the discharge of cannons and fireworks during the event and use of Herman Heights and Harmon Park. This is an annual event put on by the society. The event this year is very similar to years past, and hoping for another great year like 2024 was. And I will be working directly with the Herman Monument Society on helping plan the event as we go through that. Also, we do have the Herman Monument Society with us today.
Thank you. My main purpose here, Tom Firth, 1026 15th North New Ulm. My main purpose here today is to say thank you. I don't get up here every year, but every so often I'm reminded how great this is that city helps us out by funding the fireworks. I just heard through the grapevine maybe that Hanska's not doing their 4th of July discharge. Anybody else hear that? I hope it's just a rumor. That's a popular one. But ours has become really popular. The time of the year, it's earlier in the evening. And to try and continue fostering our family-friendly event, we got a couple new board members. And I'll just say that one of them is quite a bit younger than our normal board member. And one of them has got 5 young children. So we're getting some board members in there that are kind of revved up about getting some stuff involved for the kids, which we never really have done. There's a great city playground down there at Harmon, and a great playground up at Herman. So we've never really had to do much, but there's talk about inflatables. There's talk about a caricaturist, airbrush tattooer. You guys aren't going to help me with it.
Sounds right.
But we're having them at Bavarian Blast, and they sound like good people. And if it works out really well, we'll have them come back for Herman Fest. Another thing that Joey was has talked about is the having a run. We used to have a run that happened Oktoberfest, and it was a Herman run. And it's funny because Joey and I actually talked about this back when he was in New Ulm the last time, about why the Herman run wouldn't be at Herman Fest. And at the time, we had a nonprofit organization that was using our facilities down there and doing a color run in the mornings. That organization has decided not to hold that event this year. And so it really kind of opened up the door, and we've got a couple of our Herman Monument Society board members who are real excited to work with Park and Rec Director Schugel to maybe resurrecting a Herman run the morning of Herman Fest. We've got the cannons down there, so we can easily have a starting gun and, have it start. We rent the warming house, so that'd be a good spot for registration and everything else. So more on that to come. But we are still looking for board members. We'd love to have a board member come from this council if possible. Larry didn't have a comment today on the commission activities, so I thought maybe Herman Monument Society would be a wonderful spot for Counselor Mack. I think you all agree. I see a lot of heads nodding. Plus, Larry does all the grilling for us up there anyway, so he's halfway there. But anyways, we're real happy with the progress. We're real happy with the direction the board is going. We got another big task ahead of us with the funding of the reconstruction of the monument. And Park and Rec Director Schugel has talked to us about the Monument Society trying to raise $1 million. We don't have it, we don't have it anywhere close to that, but we do have some new blood on the board that's tech savvy, talking about GoFundMe type things, all sorts of new ideas to maybe raise some funds. So lots of stuff moving and shaking. Any questions for me?
At what year, how many years have you been doing Herman Fest now?
I was just thinking about that today because I figured I would be asked. Remember, we didn't do it COVID year.
Right.
So including 2013, which was not Herman Fest, that was the Battery's 150th and the Cornerstone 125th. That was, this will be 12 years of that, 11 years of Herman Fest.
And how much have you guys raised for the society through these Herman Fests on average?
Few thousand per year. And it's our society, our board is made up of a bunch of working people, much like yourselves, and we need to do membership drives. There's a lot of facets of our organization that need some new energy, and we're really getting that right now. I think Joey might agree that we got some great young folks on the board. So if you're wondering when we're going to be able to start paying for fireworks, I don't.
I was just curious of how much was raised for the Herman Monument over the past few years.
We're still sitting on about a $65,000 gift that Ruth Barrett left to us. And if you'll remember, Ruth Barrett was the granddaughter of Julius Barrett. And when she died, she left us that. And we've been very careful to honor the Barrett family by not squandering that on some things that just aren't meaningful. We use some of it for the bust of Julius Barrett that sits, I think, in the library now, and it was down in the interpretive center. But of course, we thought that was great use of the money, and it turned out really nice. Otherwise, our checkbook has got enough money in it to do another festival, and you got to have a bank and all that stuff, and. But we really hope to, $4,000 or $5,000 a year. It's a one-day event. It's a free event. There just aren't a whole lot of ways to make money on this thing.
But do you think if people knew it was for the monument, that maybe admission or something like that would help to enhance the cause, draw attention to what we know is going to be a very, very expensive and long process?
Yes, I would agree that to tie in some fundraising to our event is definitely in our plans. The trouble with admission is, where are you going to put the gate? People can attack this thing from about 80 different ways, and you'd never be able to catch enough people. So whatever you're going to get is going to have to be voluntary. But we've talked about, people making like say $100 donation toward the monument, individuals, and giving them a free membership for a year, a T-shirt, just kind of coming up with a little donation package. Because ultimately, that's what we want, is more members who are kind of paying attention to the whole history behind the monument and the importance of it. Unfortunately, George is gone, and Denny's not around as much as he used to be. So I don't even speak German, so but anyway, the fireworks are a big deal for this community. Hopefully you get a lot of compliments from the citizens of the town. We try and make sure that it's as good or better than the prior year. We've actually started putting a couple $1,000 of our own money into it, because the same 15,000 doesn't get as far as it did 11, 12 years ago. Shipping costs, everything has gone up. I don't have to tell you that. And we didn't want to have a shorter presentation, and we didn't want to have a lesser presentation. And so we're gonna keep making you all proud. And so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership and your tenacity. You continue to be there, Tom. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Tom, and everyone that's a part of Herman Fest. It is a fantastic way of kind of ending the summer on a high note, and it's really exciting to hear it. It's only going to get better. So I'll proudly offer the resolution authorizing the Herman Monument Society to temporarily close Center Street between Garden Street and Highland Avenue on Saturday, September 6th, 2025, from approximately 8:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. to accommodate the fireworks discharge from Herman Fest.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Can we read the whole motion into the record, though?
Yes, and
Sorry.
authorized by the Herman Monument Society for the following during Herman Fest on Saturday, September 6, 2025 in Herman Heights and Harmon Park. Grant an exception to City Code Section 8.2, subsection 3, to allow the discharge of cannons and fireworks during the event. 2, authorize the discharge of fireworks at Herman Heights Park during the event. Permission is required as the city is the owner. And number 3, allow the fire department to remain on standby at the fireworks discharge site should their services be required. This does not include crowd control or fireworks discharge activities.
Second.
Thank you. So we do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? I would just like to ask the police chiefs here. I know in the past it's kind of been an issue at the end with the once the fireworks are done, that traffic on Center and Garden just gets extremely crazy. I know you've helped out in years past, but I didn't see anything there about a plan, so I wanted to ask you about that.
Thank you, President Betker, members of the council. I think the last couple of years, it's really worked out very well. I know that pedestrian crossing that's in place, I think has been very helpful. I've talked with the neighbors in the area, actually on the evening of Herman Fest, and I really think that that's gone very well.
Okay.
We've had some help from the fire department as well, and with law enforcement. I think it's really working well. But thank you for
Yes.
inquiring and addressing that.
So you guys will have some presence down there kind of at that time again? Okay,
Yes, yep, we'll
perfect.
continue to have that.
Thank you so much. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item 6.7 is park and recreation donations.
Thank you, Council President Betker, City Council. 2 donations today to looking for acceptance. The first one for our Recreation and Wellness Day that was held at the Recreation Center from Alina Health, New Ulm Medical Center for $500, and an AED and outdoor cabinet for North Park from the Physicians Group of New Ulm and Alina Health Foundation, and that totals $2,450 for a total of $2,950.
I'll offer the resolution to accept the following donations offered to the City of New Ulm through the Park and Rec Department for the identified purposes.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item 6.8 is regarding library donations.
President and councilors, I'd like to offer the resolution to accept these donations and memorials to the New Ulm Public Library for the period April 1st to April 30, 2025.
And then on page 2, if you can read into the record those donations.
Certainly.
Thank you.
From the Friends of the New Ulm Public Library, $400 cash for the Wowbrary subscription. Also from the Friends of the New Ulm Public Library, $1,100 cash, children's programs, including the summer reading program. Number 3 is Anoka County Library for $2,625, and this is for 30 acrylic magazine boxes. And finally, the Optimist Club of New Ulm, $557 in cash for children's programs, including the annual public film screening license.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor, sorry, Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item 6.9 is Police Department donation.
City Council President, members of the council, we have, in front of you, we have a very generous donation from the Optimist Club for $500 to support our New Ulm Night Out, which will be held Thursday, July 31st, 2025.
Thank you.
Offer the resolution to accept the monetary donation from the New Ulm Optimist Club in the amount of $500 to support the New Ulm Night Out on Thursday, July 31st, 2025.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Thank you. At this time, we do have 2 addenda items. So I would be looking for a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules for the action on the addendum items.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. We do have 2 addendum items. Number 1 is regarding a temporary on-sale intoxicating liquor license for New Ulm Small Business Owners Group.
I'll make a motion to approve the issuance of 2 temporary on-sale intoxicating liquor licenses for the New Ulm Small Business Owners Group, 20 North Minnesota Street, New Ulm, for a sip and shop event held on Thursday, June 19th, 2025, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
The 2 locations are Gallery 512 and Ada Zinnia Floral and Gifts.
Thank you very much. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. And under new business, 2.1 is the use of parking stalls by the Human Rights Commission for a Welcome Week event.
I'll authorize the use of 30 parking stalls by the Human Rights Commission located in the 2nd North and Broadway Street parking lot adjacent to City Hall to hold a Welcome Week event on Friday, September 19th, 2025, from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I just want to say that I was really glad to see this event coming back. I wasn't sure how things were going to go, but last year I had applied for and received some grant dollars to attend a welcoming interactive conference in Dallas, Texas. I was there for 2 or 3 days, and it was a very great learning experience. I was, as part of that process, I was partnered with a peer who heads up an organization, a nonprofit organization in Winona that helps with some of kind of expanding programming and welcoming programming. I've talked to the mayor and shared some information about this. And we also did receive $500 to host a welcoming event last year, which included a variety of different food trucks down in this like citizens parking lot. It was very well attended. And I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful that the Human Rights Commission has picked this up and is going to be doing another event this year. Comments? Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion does carry. And with no additional business, today's meeting is adjourned. Thank you.